Hello, everyone. We are working in Packet 2, which is Module 1, Topic B, Scientific Notation. And we are going to be working on 2 worksheets. They will be page 6 and page 18. Let me check really quick. Yep, page 6 and page 18. You will have 2 days to work on them, which is today and tomorrow. Your test is going to be next week, and it will cover scientific notation to standard notation and then standard notation to scientific. And so this is some of the last activities we're going to do before we do a review towards the end of the week and then the test on Monday and Tuesday. So if everyone can go to page 6 in their packet, I'm just going to get you started on both worksheets, and then you just have time to work. Page 6 looks like this. It says day 3 in-class activity. If you look at the top, what does the fairy queen like best about her job? So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through one problem in each section and then show you what page 18 looks like. So this first one right here, number 1, says give the missing exponent or factor. Okay, so that's what I need to do for problems 1 through 8. And so what I need to do is put this number in scientific notation. So if I try to put this number in scientific notation, then I would know that I would need to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 times to get 3.8 times 10 to the third. Okay. Now I can check that my answer is correct by looking off to the right where it says answers 1 through 8. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And if my answer is over here in answers 1 through 8, then I know that I'm probably got it correct. So I see right here that my missing number is 3. I got 3 for my answer. And so that means that the answer for number 1 is S, and I can color it in so that I know I used it. If I want to, I can even write like the letter that I got over here. But so that means that on number 1, I am going to write an S. Down at the bottom, number 1, write an S. I am going to find the missing exponents for numbers 2 through 8. Look what letter goes with it and write it at the bottom. For the second section, it says write the number in scientific notation. So we have a bunch of numbers that are in standard notation. Okay. We need to write them in scientific notation. So it would be best if you show your work on your paper, just in case you have any questions. But number 9 is 47,000. Okay. When I put it in scientific notation, I know my decimal goes after my first number that's not 0. Okay. And I have 4.7. Remember, we don't need to include the zeros that are at the end. Okay. I would have to move my decimal, and if I were to count just to be safe, decimals at the end, if there's no decimal, I would move it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that would tell me that I would have the power of 10, so times 10 to the 4th. Okay, so my answer is 4.7 times 10 to the 4th. I can look over here at my answers for this section because this is a section that goes together. And I see my answer right here. And the answer for number 9 is the letter V. And like I said, I could write the letter V over here so that I know that on number 9, the answer V is already taken. Okay. Number 17, it says light travels at a speed of 186,000 miles per second. This is the number that you need to put in scientific notation. Don't let it trick you. And then the last section on this worksheet, page 6, is to write the number in standard form. So this is where I move my decimal. Okay. Just a reminder that positive exponents, we move right and the number is bigger. And that worksheet only covers positive exponents. So just a little hint for you guys there. Okay. Number 18 says 9.8 times 10 to the 5th. and the decimal is right there between the 9 and the 8, okay? I need to move my decimal 5 times. So when I do that, I would move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I move it 5 times, I get 980,000. The answers for 18 to 25 are down here. I see the number 980,000 all the way over here on G. So I just used G. Important to note that if you get your zeros wrong when you're moving your decimal, you could get the wrong answer. But the letter G goes with number 18. So down at the bottom, I can fill in G for number 18. Okay. Same as number 17, on number 26, here is the number you need to put into standard form. Okay. Your second worksheet, remember, 2 days to complete this, okay? Wednesday and Thursday, I think I said Tuesday and Wednesday earlier. Your second one is page 18, okay, page 18. All right, and this is the last sheet that you have to do. First, you need to fill out the missing values in the table, which you guys did in your homework already, but I'm going to show you the bottom part, okay? The bottom part says, the following 3 students made mistakes when converting values into scientific notation. Explain their errors. So just like on the first test for exponents, Brooke made an error and you had to find out what was wrong. These 3 people made errors and we need to find out what's wrong, okay? So you're going to start with standard form in every problem. And you're going to solve the problem to see what they did wrong. So if you want to put a box around standard form, you need to put those into scientific notation, okay? And that goes for all 3 problems. And then you're going to explain their error. That's the main point, is to explain their error. So I know to put 580,000 into scientific notation, I need to move my decimal from the end and move it to after the first digit that's not 0, okay? So I'm gonna show the long way of doing it. Some of you don't need to do this, but if I have 580,000, if there's no decimal, then my decimal's at the end of my number. I need to move my decimal after the first digit that's not 0. In this case, it's 5. And then I need to count so that I know my exponent. Now, I can start the answer to this problem because I know that it's going to be 5.8 times 10 to the something. Okay, we always have times 10 to the something. 5.8 is our 2 digits that are not 0. Okay, and then I'm going to count how many times I need to move the decimal. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since I had to move it 5 times, okay, I would get 5.8 times 10 to the 4th, or times 10 to the 5th, sorry. Khalil got 10 to the 4th, and that's where he went wrong. And he also didn't write scientific notation. He wrote 58, okay? So you could write different things if you wanted to. There's a couple explanations. He didn't move his decimal correctly. You could say his exponent is wrong. Any of those would make sense as long as you explain it, so that we know that you can see the error, okay? Now I'm going to write that he did not put it inside. He has 2 numbers before the decimal because technically 58 would put 2 numbers in front of the decimal when in reality there can only be 1 number in front of the decimal. But like I said, there's different explanations that work, but the one that we are going to use is going to be that he did not convert it correctly. He was missing the decimal between the 5 and the 8. So he did not convert correctly. And this is me doing one of the problems for you. So you should be writing this down. He needed to move the decimal. Okay. Between the 5 and the 8. Okay, and then that also makes his exponent wrong because he didn't move it, his decimal, enough times. You can pause this to get this written down. Those are your 2 pages to work on, which is page 6 and page 18. And you guys need to make sure you get those submitted. Make sure you have all your assignments done up to date, and reach out to Mrs. Friesen or myself if you guys have any help, so we can sign up, or so we can set up a session with you to make sure that you understand what we are going to do for the test. Bye.